Welcome back to the sterile, uncompromising, and increasingly cold operation theater of your own failing biological vessel. I am Dr. Thorne, and today we are initiating a critical, high-stakes structural intervention on the primary fiber optic cable of your internal communication network, the vagus nerve. But let us be brutally honest and clinically direct. In the year 2026, you are not here for a simple biology lesson, and you are certainly not here for the hollow comfort of mainstream health advice. You are here because you feel it deep in your marrow, in the very core of your nervous system, that constant, suffocating weight in your chest, that racing heart during a quiet evening when everything should be calm, and that permanent, low-level biological alarm that never seems to turn off, no matter how much you try to distract yourself with the digital noise of the era. Look at the gray, hollow, and exhausted masses around you in the year 2026. You are witnessing a global population trapped in a relentless and energy-draining panic mode loop. Their nervous systems are stuck in a primeval fight or flight response that was originally designed for escaping apex predators in the wild. But today, in the year 2026, that predator is no longer a physical beast, it is the invisible, crushing, and non-stop pressure of a hyper-connected, chemically toxic, and technologically aggressive era. Your body is currently an electrical circuit that has blown its primary fuse, yet you are desperately trying to run a metabolic marathon on a shattered, leaking battery that can no longer hold a charge. This state of permanent, chronic alarm is not a psychological flaw, it is not a lack of mindfulness, and it is certainly not just stress as the media would have you believe. It is a catastrophic structural failure of your vagus nerve, the true architect of your inner peace, your cellular repair, and your biological sovereignty. When this nerve loses its tone and its electrical integrity, you lose the fundamental ability to rest, you lose the surgical ability to heal at a molecular level, and you become nothing more than a reactive, fearful, and easily manipulated puppet of your environment. But today, in the 40th protocol of the Thorne archives, we are moving far beyond the shallow and useless symptoms. We are going directly to the kill switch of your entire nervous system. We are here to rebuild the architect and reclaim the very foundation of your humanity from the jaws of the machine. The first incision into your panic response system has been made, and in this laboratory, the results of our intervention will be undeniable, cold, and final. Observe that mechanism of decay with me under the clinical microscope, and understand how the year 2026 uses your own nervous system to set your internal biology on fire. The vagus nerve is the primary governor of your rest and digest system, acting as a high-speed, bidirectional communication cable that sends vital calming signals from your brainstem to every major organ in your body, from your heart to your deepest gut. But in the year 2026, that cable has been frayed, corroded, and systematically weakened by the constant, corrosive acid of modern survival and digital overstimulation. When your vagus nerve is weak and lacks tone, your body loses its primary and most powerful anti-inflammatory mechanism. In the year 2026, this manifests globally as the silent fire, a state of chronic, low-grade systemic inflammation that slowly erodes your joints, clouds your brain with impenetrable fog, and ruins your gut health beyond simple repair. You are living in a biological furnace of your own making, and your vagus nerve is the only cooling system you have left to prevent total meltdown. However, the machine of the year 2026 thrives on your internal inflammation. It wants your nervous system brittle, your mind anxious, and your reactions impulsive and fearful. Most of you are currently breathing shallow, rapid, and inefficient breaths into your upper chest, a constant biological signal that tells your primitive brain the predator is just inches behind you, even while you are sitting safely in your own home. This is autonomic collapse, the hidden foundation of modern disease, and it is the primary reason why your digestion is permanently stalled and your sleep feels like a desperate battle rather than a deep recovery. Dr. Thorne is here to tell you that you cannot think your way out of a biological fire. You cannot simply meditate your way out of a physically frayed electrical wire. You must intervene at the structural, physical, and electrical level of the nerve itself. In the year 2026, a strong and resilient vagus tone is the only thing standing between you and a total, irreversible physiological meltdown. We are preparing to douse the fire today with clinical precision and absolute resolve. In the third and deepest layer of this clinical intervention, we must address the social paralysis and the dorsal shutdown of the year 2026. Your vagus nerve is not merely about heart rate and digestion. Its complex ventral branch is directly responsible for what we call the social engagement system. It is the nerve that controls the subtle muscles of your face, your vocal tone, and your innate biological ability to truly connect with other sovereign individuals. But in the year 2026, your vagus nerve has been so severely suppressed by constant environmental trauma that your face has become a mask of stone, and your voice has lost its vital, human resonance. You find yourself retreating from the world, not because you are an introvert by nature, but because your biological battery can no longer support the massive electrical cost of genuine human connection. This is the dorsal vagal shutdown, a primitive state of biological freeze where your body decides that the only way to survive the overwhelming noise of the year 2026 is to shut down the system entirely. You feel numb, you feel disconnected, and you feel hollowed out from the inside. The machine loves this state. A numbed, isolated, and frozen population is a perfectly compliant population. But in this laboratory, we do not accept the freeze as your final biological destination. Your vagus nerve is, in essence, a muscle, and like any critical muscle in the human hardware, it can be retrained, it can be retoned, and it can be reactivated with the right protocol. We are looking at the data points of your heart rate variability, and we see the flat line of your resilience in every chart. Dr. Thorne is here to initiate the neural resonance protocol. We are going to vibrate the rusted wires of your nervous system back into their original, sovereign alignment. We are going to remind your body, through direct physical intervention, that it is safe to be alive, safe to connect, and safe to be powerful once again. The era of your social and emotional paralysis ends now, in the year 2026, right here, under my nester. Now, we reach the critical junction of the 40th chapter, the actual kill switch protocol for the sovereign individual. Most self-proclaimed wellness experts in the year 2026 will tell you that simple deep breathing is the only way to calm your nerves, but they are offering you a small bandage for a severed, bleeding limb. In this laboratory, we know that the fastest, most effective way to reset a jammed and overloaded vagus nerve is through thermal shock and acoustic resonance. When you expose the specialized receptors in your face and neck to intense, sudden cold, you trigger the mammalian dive reflex, a hardwired, ancient biological emergency brake that forces your heart rate to drop instantly and your vagus nerve to fire with maximum intensity to preserve the system. This is the manual reset button that the distractions of the year 2026 want you to forget. By plunging your face into ice-cold water for just 30 seconds, you are performing a manual override of your entire autonomic stress response system. You are telling the machine, I am the clinical operator of this physiology, not you. Furthermore, we utilize the physics of vocal resonators. The vagus nerve passes directly behind your vocal cords and through the structures of your inner ear. By chanting, humming, or gargling at specific low, resonant frequencies, you are physically massaging the nerve from the inside out, clearing the electrical debris. In the year 2026, these are not spiritual exercises, they are tactical, electrical maneuvers designed to clear the static noise from your internal communication lines. We are also introducing occipital release, specific, strategic physical movements that unlock the deep tension at the base of your skull where the vagus nerve exits the cranium. We are literally cutting the physical knots that keep you trapped in panic mode. This is how you reclaim your hardware. This is how you engineer a state of deep, clinical calm that is completely unshakable by the manufactured chaos of the year 2026. We are now sealing this 40th chapter of the Thorne archives with a final, unyielding clinical decree for the year 2026. Your nervous system is the primary battlefield of your life, and you have been losing the war simply because you did not know you were being systematically hunted. From this microsecond forward, you are no longer a victim, you are the architect of your own internal environment. You will no longer allow the digital noise, the artificial stress, and the toxic, frantic pace of the year 2026 to dictate the rhythm of your heart or the depth of your breath. You will use the cold, you will use the resonance, and you will use the strategic pressure to keep your vagus nerve toned and your biological vessel sovereign against all external interference. You will stop being a reactive, fearful organism and start being a deliberate, calibrated operator of your own complex biology. Dr. Thorne is not interested in your feelings or your temporary comfort. I am interested in your optimal function and your long-term survival. While the rest of the world remains trapped in their frantic, shallow, and inflamed state of permanent panic mode, you will be the eye of the storm, cool, collected, and biologically superior in every sense. You will have the unique capacity to rest when others are frantic, and the absolute power to act with precision when others are frozen in fear. The heavy lead doors of the 40th chapter are now officially closing, and the system reset is officially complete. Go forth and operate your biology with a clinical, cold-blooded precision that the machine of the year 2026 cannot possibly comprehend or control. Stay calibrated. Stay biological. Stay sovereign in your own skin. Thorne, out.